Human versus Night Elf matchup, huh? At the top left, our red human player, YungHofer. I don't think I've seen him play yet, but he has been doing pretty good in the group so far. Although he's, I mean, I guess his MMR is decently high for the group, right? Because the group kind of goes up to around 1600. And at the bottom right, our yellow night elf, it is BeLit, aka Fats Russell. And he is going for a tavern build. Maybe we'll see a Bitlord. Maybe we'll see not a Bitlord. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Yeah, human. Actually a little bit behind on his second farm, I believe. So I'm not sure if he realizes, but after you put that peasant on gold, the one that's it's supposed to come off of gold after like a couple seconds and build the farm anyways. So it's easier to just build the farm to begin with it, rather than like all that hassle. But yeah, but instead he waited for the next peasant altogether, which means this one is a little late. And as you can see, this is one peasant in queue, not actually producing yet because that farm was late. Yeah, it's a small thing, but you know, those small things can matter. On the other side, BeLit. Looks like his altar was late. Or, I mean, maybe it's fine enough. But generally, Moonwell builds a bit faster than altar. So, you build the altar first. But he did the other way around. Moonwell first. So yeah, small building errors. Building order errors, but whatever. Here we go. The game is starting, and YungHofer does go for this orange at the top and gets hit a bit hard on some of these peasants, which could impact him later. And the BeLit on the other side going for the Panda Tavern Hero, going to be creeping up his orange as well, and doing a little bit of micro on his wisps. Might need to put another archer on this footman though. Human a little preoccupied as well, going for the expo. And we'll be able to clear it pretty easily. Footman will escape. Tier 2 underway. And I'm not sure where BeLit goes from here. I mean, he's going to do this for level 2. However, I think if you're going to go Tavern here on this map, you probably want to try to do this if you can. Because now it's going to be really hard to reach level 3 ever. The human can start putting pressure real soon, or now even. Human decides to go for one more camp. But honestly, he can go across right now, put pressure, and just try to make sure Panda doesn't run past him. Going to lose his footman here though. Decent pickup for our Night Elf. Will he have to use a Breath of Fire? That kind of sucks. Oh, never mind. One last smack, footman turned around. Yeah, human expansion coming up. And this one's going to be tough to deal with, but the human has not been putting pressure though, so BeLit able to creep a bit uncontested so far. Now the human has reached level 3 in the meantime, and those level 2 water Ellies will be extremely difficult to deal with for the Panda, but Panda can take care of the footman if he hits level 3, and he is close to being there. Will need to get this kill and then like a water Ellie kill, and I don't know if he'll be able to. Breath coming out right away. Go for the kill. Okay, he is gonna get the kill, but he needs to get something else, a water Ellie or a footman, in order to actually reach level 3. And right now he's taking a lot of damage. Those wells going to be pretty empty after this, actually, or completely empty. So this is actually a very difficult harass. Might have to actually detonate wisps here. Mostly because he needs level 3 right. Oh no. Screwed up the detonate. Just hit himself pretty much. One archer going to go down. And this is looking rough for BeLit. Needed to get level 3 right away before spamming those breaths of fire. But now all the archers kind of falling. Needs to hide them. There is no dust, so hide a very viable. Oh, but there's reveal. Oh my god. This dude's a player. He actually put a footman here at the lab. But he does screw up his multitasking every now and then. Having footmen take extra damage they shouldn't. But otherwise, this is looking very rough for BeLit in general. And that's also why he needed to get this orange camp first, so that he could have enough XP, get level 3 right away. Oh no. Wisp goes down. Pit Lord picked up. If BeLit can find time to get all of his stuff leveled, he can do some real damage. The thing is, the Archmage just poking around and just runs away whenever he gets hit. Oh, going to try for a cancel. Will lose the water Ellie, but will get. Oh my god, it wasn't even cancelled. Was that like some max rolls on the damage? How did that even cancel that or kill that? So many weak footmen here, but there is a shop coming up. And one of the drawbacks of this sort of lineup with Panda Pitlord is you have no catch. So this Archmage just keeps running around, being an annoyance. And the Pitlord really needs to get some creeping done. Does uproot the Ancient of War now for the lab to be crept in the future. Yeah, Archmage gonna come back in with one more water alley. I don't know if he'll be able to get a cancel, but he might. He spots this lower in the back and goes in for it. However, it may cost him a TP. Yeah, he can't get it without a TP because he's a little too low. You won't be able to get this one either if there's repair right away. Yeah. So, YungHofer screwing up a bit. However, BeLit also screwing up a bit, not repairing fast enough. Will actually lose that lore. But Pitlord has managed to creep a camp. Panda on his way to level 4. Lore will be set back up again. YungHofer has huge bank right now. We see like double Sanctum plus a second barracks. Yeah. He's just going to be pumping out units pretty soon. He has plenty of wood peasants. Oh, he's actually going for a workshop. So wanting to add in some mortars. I think mortars are kind of unnecessary in this sort of strategy. Like you can just push without them. But they will be good in the long run. So I don't hate it. And with Panda Pitlord, you can oftentimes see more Dryads because you expect the Panda Pitlord to pick off everything with their AoE, so okay. Human coming back in, trying to cancel another lore. Should be too late this time. Should be repair for it. And the Pitlord, level 2, has claws. Panda, level 4, does have 1 level of haze. Worst part about the Pitlord here is he's kind of just sinks all of his mana to that Blood Mage. However, the Blood Mage should have replenished the Archmage as well. Because right now he's siphoning over his max and then not using it for anything. A little bit of a waste there, to be honest. Yeah, human not getting much there. However, BeLit did lose his Ancient War during that time, and that will make creeping the Pitlord to 3 a bit harder in here. Human going to be picking up the scrolls, both scrolls and the invuln. And pretty soon he's going to be stacked with casters, breakers, rufflemen, mortars. And that's going to be difficult. But the Pit Lord getting quite high level. Shredder picked up still quite a few wisps. But with this Shredder, if he throws in an Expo later, he can just transfer all the wisps. However, it can be hard to find the right timing for an expansion against this sort of strategy. Human hits really hard once they get their tier 2 rolling, and this human is about to get his tier 2 rolling. We got a couple Sorks on the way. Next we might see a couple breakers and a mortar, another rifle, and then just a push right away at like 70 food. And it's going to be rough. We do have tier 3 starting to get somewhat close. Shop coming up. Oh, and more footman annoyance. But BeLit has reached level 3 on his Pit Lord. Bit of a yikes item there with that crystal ball. Not what you want to see. This could have, for instance, been a claws +9 on the Pit Lord, which would just completely change his amount of damage. But crystal ball not going to be too useful here. Armor upgrade, damage upgrade for breakers. However, he doesn't actually have breakers yet. He is producing them though. Kind of interesting that he actually goes for armor and damage on breakers when he hasn't even produced any yet. I guess he does already have one damage upgrade for the rifles, so it makes sense. I thought he didn't have a damage upgrade at first, and I was like, why not get the rifle one first? Because he has mortars too. But he already had it. Okay, Orb of Venom picked up.
The player's forces are under attack.
I mean, not the worst items. Wand of Illusion will be huge. But there's not many bears, and YungHofer's already at like almost 80 supply. Yeah, BeLit just not really getting the human slowed down at all. And YungHofer already boosted up to a huge supply count.
A player's forces are under attack.
Playing, it's really hard to tell with human what their level of playing is. Because like if they're just unharassed like this, you know, all the humans look like they're pretty high level. So I would have liked to see BeLit put a little bit more pressure, force the human to defend at the expo and so on. Yeah, here we have the fight, and it's just a massacre. Like the Dryad's dying right away. One bear being nicely placed on the mortar, but there's just way too much army here. Even with BeLit getting some decent damage in, just not really killing much. Human already pushing into close to high upkeep now. 80 food, and Elf trying to set up an expo, but this is just not going to work against the counter. 80 food push. See more bears, second damage upgrade. His only hope is to somehow get level 5 panda, somehow get mana, which he did not replenish on his Moonwells, and then just wipe with like cleave plus panda breath. But I don't know, dude. There's 4 or 5 breakers. There's casters with upgrades. Level 3 blood mage. This is rough. And the panda just has no mana. Was not able to replenish it in his base. It still has Wand of Illusion, which could be huge here. However, not used prior to the fight, so will be spotted and potentially dispelled right away. The human, however, is kind of just running around so far, but after that heal scroll, now fully healed, ready to fight, and Elf falling quickly. Might try to rejuve, but rejuve is just going to get stolen here. Yeah, it does try to rejuve. And BeLit, just not with much army there to fight that. So I'd like to see more of like archers and pressure early. Well, we'll see what he goes for. Is it going to be... Okay, it is going to be altar. So no tavern hero this time. I'm not sure if it will be keeper though. I think he's more of a demon hunter player. Oh, we shall see. Human on the other hand, going for the standard build as you would expect. Yeah, let's see if his build changes at all this time. Small pause here. Yeah, the last game. We kind of see the problem with Panda first, where if you don't get your levels right away and can't like kill peasants off or kill footmen off effectively, you just don't accomplish much. It's fine to be a little bit passive at the start if you can get your level 3 and then pressure yourself. But he wasn't able to pressure himself. He is just stuck in his base, and that just isn't going to be enough for the Night Elf side. So let's see this. If this changes anything. I mean, we do see an altar hero this time instead of tavern, so a bit of a deviation already. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, see, humans making this mistake. He puts this peasant on gold, which you can do, but you're supposed to take it off. Okay, he actually took it off this time. Last time he didn't. Still think it's possibly slightly late. But he did make the farm this time. We'll see if it supply blocks him at all. He might have had the right timing though. Yeah, timing actually looks maybe slightly late. Peasant supply blocked, but only for a couple seconds. No big deal. Okay, big thing. BeLit is going to go for the keeper this time. I was expecting a demon hunter actually, but cool to see the keeper. I do think I would like to see him play more archer and pressure rather than something else. So keeper can fit well with that. Oh, I see. We have a difference here. Let's see how YungHofer reacts to this. Oh, Water Ellie going to tank here. No Wisp scout so far though. Footman does scout the keeper though. Knows it's not going to be a tavern hero this time. And where will BeLit go next? Will he go to the Murlocs and Crabs? Going to go for his turtles. I have been seeing this a lot more lately. And I think it's just because if the human meets you here at the Murloc Crabs, they can take the advantage there sometimes. Especially with the ensnares likely going on your treants and archers from engaging the camp first. And the human can potentially even militia creep this without their hero if they wanted. Okay, we have claws for the Archmage, huge pickup. BeLit, not too great of items, and also going to be a bit late. I think it's fine to creep this camp, but after you take the first big level 4 turtle, I think you have to actually head to the expo right away. You will get a footman out of it though, but no damage going to be done on this expo, so YungHofer will be able to get it pretty easily. Early arcane, very safe. Yeah. Pretty easy camp for him. Not too great of items besides the one claws. However, you can always sell. I mean, Cloak of Shadows can be good. Crystal Ball can be good early on, seeing if there's a counter expo. Yeah, I'm not actually sure if he's aware that we have Huntresses. So this can actually take him off guard for sure. We shall see what happens. Also, he's a bit low on wood right now, and not producing more peasants. Bit of a mistake here from the human player. Going to find himself in wood trouble. Already in wood trouble. Right as I'm saying it. Town Hall not getting power built anymore. And human trying to harass. Does have level 3. That level 3 is extremely powerful. However, the keeper also level 3 and will be able to just entangle these water alleys one by one. Should kill the water alley, get mana from his moonwells, and then push. You want to push like now. But you need to get your mana, bro. Get your mana. Okay, he's actually going back for it. I thought he was about to leave. Come on, you got more mana, bro. Okay, it's fine. It's only missing like 90. It's fine. But yeah, heading across right away. Definitely the right call. There are no towers. There is no lumber mill. YungHofer, short on wood, will not even be able to effectively tech and build towers. So I feel like BeLit's in a pretty good spot here. He does need to be careful of the water alleys. However, if he uses some wisps or entangle on it, he should be fine-ish. But there is 2 water alleys, and he's already used some of his mana on treants. Needs to be a little careful here. Does entangle one water alley, focuses the others. There is the fountain as well, which is huge for Huntresses. And both water alleys getting taken out. Big pickup from BeLit. He is nearing 50 food as well, is what you want. And actually going for another set of treants. I don't hate it, but I also kind of would have liked him to just save his mana potentially. But yeah, just need to keep fighting here. Don't give the human any breathing room. He is backing off though, which is not a wise choice.
A player's forces are under attack.
Did he heal? Okay, finally going back in. It does have one more entangle here to use. And taking out this tower pretty quickly. Lumber mill still not finished. Can't even get guard towers. Footmen all pretty weak. And YungHofer, a little caught off guard this time, did not manage to see in the base that there was going to be a Hunter's Hall and a second AOW. Did not manage his wood properly, so there were no towers. And now he's going to have to abandon this expo at some point. BeLit has used all his mana, so this water alley, pretty annoying. It is daytime, so Huntresses can't heal anymore at the fountain for free. But level 4 unlocked. And now this keeper has more mana again. We can entangle. Does go for the entangle on the water alley. Wants to get rid of that main source of damage for the human. We see blacksmith, second barracks. YungHofer is going to attempt double racks rifleman, I believe, to fight this off. But this expo should be falling eventually. BeLit trying to take out the tower now and should be able to do so. And with another entangle and 5 mana, should be able to fight this as well. Just entangle the water alley when you can, and you're fine.
A player's forces are
also, putting up a counter expansion, good play. Couple weak hunts at home. More hunts being sent home. He is taking a bit of damage here. It needs to get an entangle off on the water ellie or the rifle. Actually, his armies is actually looking a bit weak. He might have to back off here soon. Losing quite a lot. And this is the drawback of not having a couple wisps as well. If you get a couple wisps, Detto the water ellie plus the archmage, you can have more mana for your keeper, and more mana for your keeper means you can take out things like rifles with the entangle instead. But human still getting pressured hard, does have to walk away with his archmage, rifle going to fall, and now the peasant slaughter begins. More rifles on the way though, archmage going to try to heal up. He can still sell his cloak plus his crystal ball, get a lot of gold for another 2 rifles plus the regen scroll, maybe a clarity. However, this peasant slaughter is really going to be the dagger here, as this is just so much XP heading towards the elf side. And now the town hall under attack once again. Human still needs to heal up. Rifles continuing to be pumped, but not much front line, not many peasants. And the human's still just tier 1, massing more peasants for the slaughter. Elf taking out everything over time. There will be another entangle in 5 mana. He can get rid of the water ellie if he wants, or maybe one of these rifles. He needs to be a little careful here with his hunts, as they are starting to take a bit of damage. Okay, now grouping them all together, chasing them away. We'll focus down at this water ellie. Probably will not get it though. But finally going to get the town hall. Human will not be able to defend it this time. And what is the transition? Oh my god, he's actually on the way to tier 3. And as an expo, ready to get moved over. Should probably stay on 50 food and cancel one of these archers, or kill one of his hunts off. Honestly, he'll probably just lose a hunt here and then that'll be fine. Okay, I like this. Making use of the hunts while there's still a low count of rifles. Gets 1 rifle. Needs to be careful to not feed too many though. If that archmage starts to get like level 5, then you could be in trouble. Yeah, we do have archers on the way. He is below 50 food after losing that 1 hunt. So it ends up working out. Tree being moved towards the expo. Getting this set up as soon as possible will be very nice for the night elf. And we are going to see maybe archers and MGs, archers and a couple of bears with roar. I'm not sure. I don't hate it. I think going archers when the human is behind in tech is pretty good. Huntress is all going to be healed at the fountain as well. Probably should be helping fight this first and then heading to this fountain. But it's fine. The tree is fine, I'm sure. No Nature's Blessing yet though, which would be a huge pickup to get at some point, as he did go level 3 treants, so getting that armor for all of his treants will be huge. Versus so many of them healing. Tree finally going to get it set up, but is a bit weak. And tier 3 unlocked, double lores. We do have Strength of the Moon, and I assume, yeah, archers plus likely bears with roar. Oh, alchemist. Okay.
Player's forces are under attack.
I don't hate it. But I feel like something else would be better. Honestly, I would like just getting a ranged hero and abusing triple orb of venom with such a tech advantage. But alchemist heal spray with all these hunts is also pretty good. We do have acid bomb first, but I'm sure heal spray will be second. And BeLit just going for the main, dealing a bunch of damage. Human far away will have to TP at some point. Oh, but the expansion not getting rooted or saturated yet. And the human does TP. However, this is quite a lot of damage being done here. BeLit needs to be careful about diving in though. Huntresses will fall very quickly to these rifle and water ellies. However, he's also going to be reaching level 6 from just the return slaughter. Both sides going to take a lot of damage. But level 5 for the Archmage, and now the human being able to fight this off with primarily just the Archmage himself. Might need to make sure he invests in Tangles purely on the water ellies as they're summoned. Actually uses it on the old summon. Still the big water Tauren here fighting with that 44 to 52 piercing damage, by the way. Gold mine finally getting set up, not saturated yet though. And Alchemist still only level 1, no heal spray. Hasn't actually been using his acid bomb either, full mana. And the rifle's proving to be a little too much. He actually lost a lot of archers somehow too. I'm not sure where. Did he dive his archers too deep maybe? BeLit should still have this. He just needs to produce units. Ideally not dryads, but you know. Okay, is finally getting his mine saturated. Should probably transfer some wisps as he does have wood for now. Yeah. Oh my god. BeLit a bit far away. And his keeper really far as well from the rest of his army. He will TP in, and he can definitely fight this. Oh, but he needs to make sure everything TPs. Oh, okay, only one archer missed. He can definitely fight this though. But his keeper does only have a couple hundred mana. But these treants, like, how do you deal with this as the human without Dispel? There's 4 of them, bro. Still no Nature's Blessing though. Would really like to see that for the treants. However, this elf, the elf heroes kind of carrying right now. Level 6 keeper unlocked. Going to be huge. And we finally see the bear transition. Archers with 2-0 as well as marksmanship as well. And bear plus archer, pretty strong. BeLit does have formation movement on though, which is kind of weird. I'm not sure if it's intentional, but I feel like I had noticed him having it on earlier as well. Yeah, look how slow his stuff's moving. Finally, as a shop, we'll be able to pick up that Orb of Venom, and that is going to be a huge damage increase on the Keeper. And human, still tier 2. No expansion, no sanctum, just 2 barracks. And mass rifles is just not going to work against this. He needs... yeah, okay, we do see a sanctum now. He needs casters. He needs a lot of things, really. Unless BeLit gets really caught off guard, he should have this. Would still like to see Nature's Blessing at some point.
A player's forces are under attack.
He did get another TP, he got his orb. Looks like he's going to put pressure. Checking out the expo, seeing there's nothing there. YungHofer trying to creep the fountain.
A town is
And can do so, but it will take a bit of time. And his main is under attack. He does have a TP, and it is a bit difficult for the elf to dive this, and the elf only has 1 bear, but with treants, treant summons will be able to do huge damage here. Does summon some. And I'd like to see him macro a little bit more. Could queue a couple more bears, but otherwise, BeLit sitting pretty strong now. And just going for the main. Human taking a lot of time on this fountain, and his Archmage isn't even close enough to TP. He's actually going to lose his main before he can even TP in and fight. Oh no, he's trying to TP. But BeLit's just going for it. I mean, he's killing peasants with glaives and treants. Human TP'd away as well. BeLit succeeds. There's no more town hall. He could just stab out this bear and then TP if he wants. But it looks like he is just going to fight it out, force the human to realize his position. And with tranquility, this bear didn't even die. Oh my god. Oh, save the bear. Oh, the bear actually lived. What happened? Yeah, Alchemist, level 3. Keeper. Level 6, we did see the tranquility there. And YungHofer calls the GG. BeLit with a big turnaround there. Nice pressure play with the keeper hunts. You know, small things with bringing wisps could have been helpful, but otherwise very good getting his tech up. He got tier 2 in a decent timing still, and then even went to tier 3 pretty quickly before actually finishing the town hall of the human. I also haven't updated the score. It is 1-1. Also, apparently they updated Booster to where it shows a little overlay provided by Booster in the center at the top now. So that's annoying, I guess. I used to put text there for the score. Now I have to do their different overlay system. Anyways, BeLit going for Tavern Hero once again, which very interesting choice because he actually failed the Tavern Hero the first game. It wasn't even that close of a game. But he is going to try it here. He is going to try it here once again. And YungHofer, having fought it off before, we'll see if he can do it again. We are in game 3. Archmage queued up. I believe the second farm is late once again, and now he screwed up putting peasants on gold. You need one more peasant, bro. Okay. Not sure if you'll notice. Yeah, BeLit. BeLit also still putting up his second Moonwell before the altar. Very interesting choice. I don't think it's necessary. Like I said before, the Moonwell finishes faster, so why not just put the altar first? And what hero will we see? He did actually manage to get the 5th peasant on gold. Might have noticed.
Players' forces are under attack.
You might have noticed when he was a bit short on a peasant or footman being queued up. I'm not sure. And now, what here? Oh my! It's Archer running around. BeLit, get your hero, bro. Bit late on his hero. What is it going to be? It is Panda once again. We'll see if he can do better here. But I'm thinking YungHofer might just be going Expo right away. He is. And, I mean, BeLit's not ready for this. YungHofer is going to be, you know, 2.4 or something after this. And BeLit's still just taking his first camp. You don't really want to harass with Panda that's level 2 or level 1. So I honestly already think this is a rough situation for the Night Elf. However, we'll see what he can do. If he can get some efficient creeping in and then harass later with level 3, could definitely be good for him. But otherwise, so far, I would say human in a decent spot here. Going to get his expo up right away as well. And BeLit still just going to continue creeping. Wand of Mana Stealing, not bad. Can definitely be good for putting pressure. But that's assuming BeLit manages to get to the other side of the map and put pressure. YungHofer also feeling pretty confident to just creep, knowing that there's a Panda that's likely not to come across right away. Do see an early tower as well. Probably upgraded to an arcane right away. Is Panda continuing to creep? Will be getting ever closer to level 3 here. One more camp and he will have it. And once that Panda gets level 3, that's where he can really start to do some damage. No counter expo though. YungHofer actually making... going for a pretty far out creep here on the side, this small green. But it does seem like he's scouting a bit with footmen, so he does have vision. He knows the elf is not yet coming across. And now he's going to put on some pressure himself, coming across with his little footman army. Will be able to hit that timing where elf just reaching tier 2. Try to cancel lures, kill wisps. However, the Panda has reached 3. Ring of Regen, a huge pickup. Getting extra health on the Panda will help a lot in conserving Moonwells so that he can use Moonwells more often for mana and more Breath of Fires. Yeah, the human is here trying to put in some damage. No boots, however. But still difficult to deal with for a Panda. Going to need the Panda to take out the footman. Oh no, this lore way out front. He had room in the back here to put double lore. So a bit of a mistake to put the lore there. But he is fighting the footman off pretty well now. YungHofer starting to feed them a bit. Oh my god, so much damage. He does pull them back right away. However, took a lot of damage. We'll have to heal them all. And the Panda, with this Ring of Regen, getting a lot of value as well. Human having to back off. Looking much better for BeLit this time than the previous time with Panda. But he still does not have a counter expo. He does not have... he hasn't put pressure yet on the human expo. Will we see it now? I do think the Panda can actually go in here. He is tier 2. I would like to see Pit Lord or Tinker. Pit Lord Rain of Fire, Tinker with Factory, and then Harassing. And I think that could do a lot of damage, but I think he's actually just going to creep. Yeah, he is going to creep. Picks Cleave first. Creeping, not a terrible choice. Getting a high level Pit Lord, also pretty powerful. But you do generally want to slow the human, because it's really hard to win a 50 versus 70 food fight as elf against human. Now that human goes into Breaker Caster and rifles. And to think, Breakers were stronger in the previous patch, and humans weren't using them as much against elf.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay. Yeah, BeLit having to back off here. Gets a good item though. Like, these are all pretty good items for the Pit Lord. Ring of Regen, pretty good. And tier 3 halfway done. Start queuing bears. He does have bears coming. We do see the double barracks and a lot of bank here for our human. Still on 50 food as well. But he was producing another footman, which I'm not sure if that's the right call. Probably would be better to already convert into rifle casters. Oh, and BeLit not going to get his creeping done, bringing his whole army back here. Ends up being a good little harassment from the human. And that's the problem with having something like a Panda rather than a keeper. Keeper could just start entangling these by himself. And a little bit rougher. Oh, needs to be careful with this bear. Rejuve goes off. Still getting focused though. Footmen are all dying, however, or dropping low, but they are going to mostly escape, and the Moonwell going to get killed. It does get cancelled in time, I believe. However, this Water Ellie is still doing some damage here. We'll have to use another Rejuve. And he did lose the Moonwell as well, so stuck at 43 food. Going to be rough trying to do a little 50 food push timing here, now that he's supply stuck. But we'll see what he can do. Picks up the orb and still needs to reach level 3 Pit Lord. Ancient War ready to start creeping. Footman still with Defend on, going to see this and going to get caught out here. We'll take a Breath of Fire probably. But honestly, Pit Lord should be creeping. Panda can chase this, and very nicely done actually. BeLit doing the right call, chasing these with the Panda. Another breath or two will be able to get rid of most of them. And the Pit Lord going to just get level 3 off of this. Where did the item go? Iriapt, not terrible. Oh, but needs to be a little bit careful. There is no sorceress. But this bear has not morphed yet. Does have master. But you need to morph and take less damage. The bear's falling. Oh no, YungHofer with the blocks. Going to be able to take out that bear. And BeLit didn't finish the last creep either, so he did not reach level 3. Very rough spot here. Stuck at 2.9. Does have level 4 on his Panda. Is not skilled yet. Maybe unsure if he'll be able to really afford Haze, so he might just go Brawler. Clarity picked up. No counter expo. So BeLit will have to make something happen here really soon. These next two bears does make his army quite a bit stronger, but Pit Lord will need to find a kill or two first before really being able to deal damage, as he is still only level 2.9. But we might see a pick off here if any of these footmen get left behind. The Siphon coming out, no disruption, as Elf does not have anything like Entangle to stop it. And another Siphon coming out. There goes the rest of the Panda's mana, and it only costs the human like 100 health on his Blood Mage, aka 0 damage because priests are there. And this is starting to look rough for our Night Elf. Still not level 3 Pit Lord. Finally gets it here. Level 2 Cleave will be picked up. But the Panda only has one more breath. The bears are good, but with a bit of militia support, Flame Strike, yeah, they drop pretty quickly. Not being able to kill this army with his army. However, the Pit Lord is putting in a lot of damage himself. Does the human have... Yeah, the human does have a heal scroll. Very nice timing for it if he can move his Blood Mage into position and pop it. But he's forgetting about it so far. Does lose a unit. Finally uses the heal scroll in time. It was starting to actually look sketchy for the human there when he was taking all that damage. But he did have the heal scroll. BeLit didn't actually lose that much though. He lost one bear. But his Pit Lord is 3.5, his Panda is 4.5, and he's starting to set up a counter expo. I'm not sure if counter expo is the right play. I always feel like these late expansions against human like never work out, but we'll see. And there is a flying machine heading over there. The human is going to be creeping first. Flying machine not actually scouting it, getting distracted. BeLit looks like he's saving for a TP, wants to go in. I don't hate this. Sadly, he has Howl of Terror rather than Rain of Fire. I do think Rain of Fire is generally better against human, because I just feel like you're not going to get much value out of Howl usually against them, especially with breakers. But yeah, we see him going in. Panda dropping really low on mana once again. Siphon going to take him out completely. Oh my! He used the Wand of Mana stealing, and he just kept getting it siphoned. He's at like 30 mana. Panda rendered a bit useless here. Staff is on the Panda as well. No Staff of Telly either, so Panda's just stuck without mana for this fight. But there's quite a few bears, and the human has not managed to amass a big army yet. Going to take quite a bit of damage, but the Flame Strike's hitting hard now with level 2 Flame Strike finally unlocked. Panda dropping low on mana once again. Bear's starting to fall. And Bear's just not doing enough damage here.
A player's
But the
forces are
heroes,
under
Pit Lord especially, doing a lot of work. And he's trying to dive on this line, but there's a sorceress low. Not put on the Pit Lord though, could chase it with the Pit Lord himself. Staff is on the Panda, so Panda
siege.
a little caught out here, but slow runs out. Should be able to staff this bear. Should be able to, okay, no staff. Maybe forgetting he had it. Does have a couple rejuvenations available. Is he producing more? He does actually have some gold here. Does still need to get his gold mine saturated. However, what's his wood count? Yeah, he can transfer over a couple wisps for now if he wants. Yeah, BeLit. If he can manage to get this gold mine saturated and then produce some bears, Elf could be in a pretty good spot. I mean, Pit Lord level 4. This dude is a beast. He can hit to 50 to 60 damage with cleave. Like, this dude's a beast. All the bears morphed. Human army still looking a little weak, just not ever reaching that critical mass of 70 food. But BeLit going for the blacksmith, definitely not the right choice here. Going to take a lot of flame strike damage. Pit Lord needs to be hitting units all the time. And the bears just dropping low. BeLit does not have rejuvenations. Oh my god, he got the blacksmith, but I mean, what does that do? There's a whole army here still. Panda dropping low. No staff on the Pit Lord. Panda will just have to run for now. Pit Lord finally getting onto the back line, but realizing not the best situation for him still. Trying to take out some peasants. A couple rejuves come in. There actually is no breakers here, so the rejuves will go off. And the Pit Lord is just so much of a beast by himself. But there are a lot of bears dropping and humans starting to level up off of this. Panda comes back in. This is level 5, but still no mana. I'd like to see these bears microed out or staffed out soon. But as it seems, this Pit Lord's just kind of carrying it. Like, look at this beast. He hits so hard and he's so tanky. Okay, BeLit finally deciding to back out. I do think that's a good choice. He has a couple rejuvenations available here. Does he have more? He actually doesn't have much more at home. And only now starting to saturate his mine. Probably had missed around 500 gold by now that he could have had. But his hero levels are good. 5.3, 4.6. Will be able to get his Panda a bunch of mana off of these Moonwells. And the next fight with that level 3 Breath of Fire. Maybe one use of Haze. Plus the cleave, like these backlines are not going to stand much chance against that. We do see breakers finally coming out. They will definitely be an annoyance. However, Pit Lord can fight them off. Cleave a very good solution to the breakers. I think he still has formation movement on too. Slow coming in. Militia coming in as well. Very early militia call here, but the Pit Lord is in position, taking out the militia right away. Going to work on the breakers next. Owl coming out, not hitting a ton, but the breath and the cleave. Look at this damage. We will see one more breath, I believe, but the siphon coming out. It is only level 1 siphon though. He opted to go for damage from flame strike instead, so the siphon not hitting as hard as it could, but will we see one more Panda Breath? We are not so far. Breaker has reduced its mana with each feedback hit. And Pit Lord dropping low. Has to get staffed out. BeLit wisely TPing out afterwards. And kill this Breaker maybe? Oh my god, the bear died. And the Breaker lived. Oh my god. But the Pit Lord is almost level 5. However, the bears... a bit weak. This tree is a bit weak. You might need to repair this. Oh no, BeLit.
A town is
Don't
under
lose your
siege.
tree, bro. Get in position, bro. Okay. Human sitting pretty good here. Mortar coming in, and the repair is coming out. Should see a flame strike. We do, and level 2 flame strike is going to melt the wisps. BeLit a little too slow to arrive. Pit Lord going to work though, and oh my god, he didn't even get the breath off. It's level 2 siphon now. Panda gets some more mana from a potion, but instantly siphoned once again, out of mana once again. More bears coming in, but it's Pit Lord versus the world. This level 3 cleave hitting so hard. I'm actually not sure who wins this. Like the Pit Lord level 5 actually carries so hard. Look at this damage. And Panda's level 6. He's got so much XP. Human having to back off, but he did kill the Expo. He does still have an army, but the level advantage is huge for BeLit. Trying to push in now towards the human Expo. There is only one tower, which will be easily dealt with. Panda does have one breath available, assuming he doesn't get feedbacked or siphoned. And the heroes for the human a bit low. No, breath does not manage to come out in time. Expo getting put up. Tower as well. And the human doing a little base trading here. Going for BeLit's main, and BeLit does not actually have a TP. However, he can honestly staff the Pit Lord here, probably, and just fight this off with the Pit Lord only. Will he do so though? He is going to run his army back instead. I do think Pit Lord can actually just fight this by himself though. Slow will be pretty annoying because the human will kite. But yeah. This, however, will get cancelled. Might be able to have his AP go up and buy time. But this will be cancelled, and then the human will likely have to TP out here. Unless he wants to risk losing a bunch. I mean, honestly, BeLit's army is a bit split. Oh my god, the Blood Mage does go down. Does have an Ankh though. Human will have to TP here soon. Using the Invuln first. Going to go for the tree. However, has not actually put much damage on it. This tree might actually go up. Or he might have to stay too long. Flame Strike? Oh my god, the last one. But his army was too far. And there's so many Dryads. If BeLit moves his Dryads properly, he can catch like all of this. Little mistake here though from BeLit, not positioning properly. But big mistake from YungHofer. These you cannot afford to just lose like this. And this is going to be a Sork and a Mortar killed, I believe. Probably. And then Panda a little short on mana. There is slow available on the Sorceress. Nicely used by YungHofer. Not as many pick-offs as it should have been. BeLit forgetting half of his army here. If he had managed to bring those Dryads, could have easily got a lot more. YungHofer managing to escape and starting to mass up again. Actually has a supply of 62 with 700 gold. And with more breakers on the way, breakers having 1/1 upgrades, he can actually still fight decently well. But the thing is, now the Panda is level 6, has full mana, and once he pops into his ultimate, those breakers are just not going to do much against Ultimate Panda and level 5 Pit Lord, who's soon to be level 6 as well. I don't think the human can really take straight up fights anymore. And his expansion has ran out. This is the extent of his army plus the 800 gold he has. BeLit just going in right away, pops the ultimate. Looking rough for our human player. Can he turn this around somehow? It's not looking like it. I think BeLit has done it. Level 6 on the Pit Lord. Doom going to come out potentially here. And YungHofer just not finding the timing with enough mass of units. There's a lot of like 50 to 60 food fights, and YungHofer just never really got that huge mass of breakers he needed. BeLit marching in with the double ultimate. Doomguard has arrived, and both of YungHofer's heroes at very low health. There's just not much left here. And BeLit, walking his tree over, will be able to continue mining. YungHofer going for a last-ditch effort here, though. Probably his only play, which is to try to hit and run somehow. But without Blizzard,
The town is under siege.
it's going to be a little rough. Does have level 2 Flame Strike though, which can put a lot of damage. However, Panda and Pitlord also put a lot of damage. Rain of Fire from the Doomguard even coming out. And we do have a TP on the Night Elf if he wants. Or he can even just staff one of his heroes back. Does actually go for the TP right onto the human army. We'll see a breath here, probably. Oh, you missed the breath. But Breaker's dropping, Water Ellie dropping, human having to back off. And human is just not mining anymore. You will find this very difficult to do anything at this point. BeLit just kind of trying to track him down. Has some rejuvenations available he's not really using, but I mean, this human army just can't heal anymore. GG is called. BeLit takes the 2-1 in a pretty close series. I think this game definitely went much better for BeLit than the first game when he went Tavern. But I do think YungHofer had some chances. He had his Expo up in a reasonable amount of time. His peasants didn't really get killed. But there were a few too many fights where he lost a few too many footmen, or you know, whatever. And each time that happened, we saw the elf heroes get so much XP off of it. And at the end, 6/6 elf heroes, well, elf heroes as it's like Tavern Panda, Tavern Pitlord, you know, they're a bit much to deal with. And as a result, BeLit ends up taking the 2-1